Welcome to First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. I'm your host, James Gardner, certified athletic therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, yoga instructor, human being. This platform, for the pros, by the pros, anybody in the performance space, and beyond. Welcome here to share in the stories of professionals, experiences, journeys, learning along the way. It's a platform to connect, to network, and to be a part of a community that cares, with conversations that matter, experiences that resonate, and generate ideas, thought-provoking, organic dialogue, passionate pros. Brought to you as always by First Star Therapy, Mobility Tape, Epic, and Benchmark Athletics, in association with the Canadian Athletic Therapists Association. It's First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. This week I had an opportunity to reflect in an Instagram post, and that post was about sideline views. As an athletic therapist, as a strength coach, as somebody who really dives deeply with passion and a little bit of intuition and some educational background as well into what movement is and how we can help athletes and how we can serve others. A language I've learned is movement, and it's a universal language to humanity. Every human being on this planet moves. They move in their own way, they move in their own environment, and their movement is their experience. So when you say the word squat, is there fear involved? When we say the word deadlift, is there back pain involved? Is there a preconceived notion as to what this movement is? Were they taught a certain way? Are they rigid towards learning a new way? These kinds of things play a role in performance, in athletics, in human locomotion. And the opportunity to observe this as an athletic therapist, as somebody with a paramedical background, as somebody who's been part of a rehab team, as in a coordinator type role, as a head trainer in the minor leagues, as a minor league trainer with very little experience, learning from a lot of minor league trainers with a lot of experience, to going to a university setting and learning from students and having to and getting to interact with student therapists. And all the way along my career, there's so many things that I've learned, but if there's a couple notes that I can take away and sort of package for therapists out there, maybe this is common knowledge, but this is my experience and this is where I want to deliver, is getting on the floor, getting on the sidelines, and making that more than a passive experience, right? We have a skill set as first responders with a musculoskeletal background, an orthopedic background, biomechanics if we've leveraged that at all, human locomotion if we've leveraged that at all, weightlifting, strength training, conditioning, exercise physiology, whatever those pieces are that you put in your repertoire, in your toolbox as a therapist or as a coach, as somebody that works with people, with other human beings, those are pieces that matter. And so when we step back and take out the passivity or the waiting for something to happen and turn it into observation, it brings me to the point that I talk to on a regular basis with guests on the podcast, on a regular basis with athletes, with other practitioners that I have the opportunity to work with. And this is it. Get to know who you're working with. Take every opportunity. Watch how she shakes your hand on a good day. Watch how he looks, how he moves, how he sounds on a bad day. Understand injury history. Ask good questions. And don't ask good questions to get answers. Ask good questions to listen and to deepen the connection with the human being that's underneath that jersey, with the human being that's underneath that suit and tie. Whatever the title or identity is of that human being, gather as much information as possible. And this is the opportunity that I think makes all the difference in the world to my practice. And hopefully in yours as well. Or yours in your own way of doing it. Watch. Don't watch with an agenda. Watch. Observe. Gather information. Don't be hasty to correct. Be hasty to interact with the person whose experience it is, if you're going to be hasty at all. Let them tell you how they're feeling, how they're moving, what it looked like, what it felt like. Because it's their experience. Our external observation of that, with some education, with quality training, mentors along the way, absolutely has value. But we cannot undermine the power of the experience itself. So we take the science, we take the physiology, the biomechanics, the anatomy, the applicative knowledge, and we combine that with experiential practice. And that experience is the athletes. It's also our experience. How often do we catch ourselves saying the same thing? That squat doesn't look right. It's supposed to be knees this way or knees that way. That has valgus collapse. That has this. That has that. Well, this athlete's gotten to that point. If we're talking about somebody who's functional and performing at a high level and doesn't have a chronic or an acute injury that they're dealing with, they've gotten to that point by doing things the way that they've done them, experiencing it the way that they've experienced in them. So it's not about a massive overhaul. It's about little tweaks, right? Little discussions, dialogue, not even fixes, but simply observations, interactions, and engagements with their experience and our experience as a practitioner, as an observer. And all of these pieces are pieces that will, in fact, change the outcome. And when we can do it quietly and behind the scenes, without having to be front and center, without having to put somebody down, or without having to make them feel like they're doing it wrong, we win as practitioners. Why? Because we generate trust. We generate a place and an environment where athletes want to be because they know they can be themselves and do the things the way that they do them, but also increase or engage with more of their potential because we support them. We don't break them down. We support what they're doing. We are a modality in their performance. We are not the healer. We are a modality in creating an environment for healing in the rehab space. But we are not the healing themselves. The athlete, the independent, the individual on the other side of the room. This is where healing happens. This is where performance is enhanced. It's truly about understanding themselves. So, when it comes to your area, when it comes to my area, when it comes to our area of our experience as practitioners and coaches, we also have to engage with doing this our way, but being open to others' ways as well. Because there's a lot of science out there to prove things. There's a lot of science out there to disprove things. There's also a lot of experience out there, and a lot of this softer skill set in the space of performance where experience matters. I spent a lot of time in baseball, and in minor league baseball, major league baseball, the pitching coach, the hitting coach, the lifer in the game has seen so much that we cannot discount. Just because this individual doesn't use analytics, we can't discount her or his experience. The old eyeball test still holds value. And it also holds that experience, which also in turn relates to relationships, communication, engagement with athletes. Because you don't stay in the game for life. if you're not good at what you do, and if you don't have good relationships, good candor, good banter, all of these pieces that don't get evaluated when applying for a job. Grow your experience. Take the internships. Take on interns. Learn from people who are smarter than you. Be around people who have had more experience than you, but also be around people who have had less experience than you, because they're going to learn from you. This is a little rant as I drive, hands-free, of course. But these are lessons that I've learned along the way. And nearing 15 years of experience, they matter. And I'm coming to terms with the fact that my experience is my experience, but it's also experience that other people want to hear about. Why? Because it provides insight. It provides an alternate means of assessment, an alternate means of seeing the world. Because once again, just like the athlete, we are experiencing this in our own way. We can see, we can feel, we can hear, we can learn, we can do all those things that we can do, but there's certain areas of our profession, our life, that we don't see. So, listen to others, engage with others, take the time to be there and not passively. Because there's not enough time in this life to be passive. So when you get to the sidelines, take in the views, but be sure to do more, because there's always something we can do to set the bar a little bit higher, to serve the athletes, the organization, the people, the others. That's what it's all about. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this community. Check us out online, firststartherapy.com. That's FIRSTAR therapy.com. Or email us with feedback, consult@firststartherapy.com. CONSULT@firststartherapy.com. On Instagram @firststar.therapy, and our podcast host @letschat.at. This is First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast.